Hi everyone, welcome to Two Sisters and Some Yarn. This is episode 9, Big Sister edition. Little sis Amy and I are not able to get together right now to record due to what everybody's dealing with right now, the coronavirus. And so we're going to do this to see how it works, and so we can keep in touch with everybody until we can get back together and record together in person. I can't remember if I said it, but I'm Denise. I'm the Big Sis. I am here in my craft room, and this is the beginning of week 6 of me at home. I'm not an essential worker, so I've been at home and in home since my last day at work was March 13th. And I'm hoping that I'll get to go back to work at the end of next week, after because I think our governor had the stay-at-home order until April 30th, so hopefully that won't get extended and we'll be able to go back to work because the economy's got to get going again. We can't sustain this for very long. But anyway, on to some yarn and knitting. I have some 2 or 3 finishes, and I've got some whips, and I also have some acquisitions to share because I've been doing my best to support the independent yarn dyers and such as that, and I have a few things to share. Plus, Amy alluded to in her video that I watched last night, which totally cracked me up. She just is too funny. And we have some goodies that our sister brought back for us from Paris, so I'll show that as well too. So let's see. First thing I'm going to do is show some finishes. Gosh, right at the beginning of the time when I was at home and started this, self-isolation thing, I got a test knit to do for Knox Mountain Knit Co., and it's their newest set. It's a hat, cowl, and mitts, and it's called Greystokes. And I got the hat and the cowl done. I haven't gotten mitts cast on yet, but that's in my plans to do that. So here is the hat. The yarn I used is drew a blank. Molly Klein Design. She has Sweet Tea yarns. This is her A Walk to Remember colorway. I don't know if this is picking it up, but there is some really, I think you can see it there, really cool speckles in it. This is her DK weight. I think it's called Darling DK. But this is the hat. Really fun hat. Really fun cables. And here's the cowl in the same yarn. And let me do this. There we go. That's the cowl. Oh, I think the speckles are showing up, and I think you can see I got some ends that need to be woven in still. But it's knit and blocked, and this yarn is amazing. The pattern is amazing. I love Sasha and Willow's patterns. That's why I always raise my hand going me, me, me when it's time to test, because I love working on their patterns, and they are just so full of texture. This pearl texture and these twisted stitch cables, and it's just so much fun. It's called Greystokes, and it's out on Ravelry now, and I think also they have on their Etsy shop too. But that was my first finish. That's the first thing I got done, and I really enjoyed working on that, the yarn and the pattern both. And the other thing I got finished was I got myself, I don't know, just was, I think it was Instagram, and I saw the account Green Letter Day. She does these amazing blankets, Afghans with the little squares, circle in the square, and I think it's the sunburst, whatever. And I saw she had done a really pretty one with the circle and square, and hers uses Barocco Vintage, which I had a lot of I Love This yarn, Hobby Lobby yarn in my stash, so I made my own version. This is only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is only 30 squares, because as I was putting this together, I realized how much I dislike, and I remember how much I dislike working on patterns where you have to piece things together. But this is it, the blanket. I did the 2 shades of like the teal, 2 shades of the teal, 2 shades of like a purple, and then the gray. It's Gray Beard from Hobby Lobby. And then I just did I think it's single crochet or double crochet. It's either single or half crochet for the border. But it's a little blanket, a little throw. I keep it on the back of this chair here, and it'll be a good lap throw. Like in the wintertime when it's colder, but it's warming up here now, so that's not going to get used for that. But that, as far as that, that's my finishes. I haven't really finished anything because I have been casting on everything. Let me do this. Channeling Tommy of Squirrel Pie, tossing my project out of the way. You really need to watch her podcast because I adore her podcast. She is just, I just love her vibe. She's just too much fun. But anyway, next we're going to move on to works in progress. Words, hard. And I've been, like I said, I've been casting on all the things. A lot of them are socks, mostly socks. And this one is, the pattern is the Rose City Rollers, Orange Knits, I think is what it is. And I'm doing it, but I did a ribbed cuff instead of the roll cuff. And check it out, DPN, y'all. And this is as far as I got. I've discovered that if I'm going to do a heel flap and gusset sock, especially top down, I'm going to use this pattern and I'm going to use DPNs because it is so easy. And I don't know if y'all can see it good, but this is a gray yarn. It is called Gargoyle, and it is Sweet Tea Yarns, Molly Klein design again. And that's her tag, Gargoyle. And I wanted to do a solid because I don't know, I just wanted to have a, it's not really a solid because you can see all the speckles in there. But I think I've got maybe 3 to 4 more inches to do on the foot, and then I'll get started on the toe decrease, and then Kitchener. But yeah, I really enjoy these. And the needles that I'm using are ChowGoo double points. This is 2.25 millimeter. I'm discovering that that works for me. I did for when I did socks, it used to be I had such loose tension that I felt like I had like holes, or the socks were too big. So I switched to zeros, 2.0 I think it is. And when I did a test knit, yeah, back there for that sock right there, for Sasha and Willow, I used the 0 millimeter needles, and it's actually a little bit too tight, so I guess maybe my tension is getting better. So I'm trying to do 2.25 now for any socks that I work on. That's my first sock one. And another one that I'm working on right now is a whip, and I'm just going to show it to you real quick. It's another test knit that I am doing for Knox Mountain Knit Co., Sasha and Willow, and this one is a shawl. Check it out, y'all. Can you see that? Oh, don't look at my mistakes, because it's brioche. It's a brioche shawl, and there's another section, and lots of texture, and the yarn I'm using for this section is Legacy Fiber Arts. This is their Dragon Egg colorway. I think it says Dragon Egg. Dragon Eggs with a Z. This is their Cozy Toes, which means it has cashmere in it. And I just liked all those colors. And because this is this design has different sections, I'm pairing it with this gray. So stay tuned. I'll be showing little sneak peeks of that. That is a new design coming from Sasha and Willow. This has been so much fun to work on. I like brioche. I love the feel of it and everything. But just as I suspected on previous projects when I've been doing it, I'll be brioching along and I'll look down and it's like, I dropped a stitch. You know, I don't even know how I did it or what happened, but yeah, then I have to try and figure out how to fix it. Sorry for the face in the screen. And Amy's right. This one person just, yeah, I'm not very good at that. That interplay with sisters definitely makes a difference. And having somebody to talk to and, you know, bounce off, it does make a difference. Because otherwise, I ramble like I'm doing right now. I ramble. All right, another whip that I'm working on is a cardigan that I cast on. Let me pull the pattern out. This is called Memory Sweater. It's a knit cardigan by Velvet Acorn, Heidi Mae. She always does a knit and crochet version of everything she released. There's a crochet, whoops, don't show the pattern. Do not show that. There's a crochet version I think called Reminisce, and I also have that too because I can crochet too. So, but I have split for the sleeves on this, and trying to do this where, let's see, oh, this way. This is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to show right now because I just barely split for the sleeves. See if I can show y'all. Now you can see right here, I am just barely that much past where I split for the sleeves. So, and this is what I got. I like this neutral color. This is Barocco Vintage in, I think they call it Oats. I don't have the tag handy, but that's what I'm working on there. Who knows when I'll get finished with that, because that's a pretty long sweater. But I've been working on that too. And then I've also cast on all kinds of socks. And I think right now during this time, a lot of people, I've noticed it on posts on Instagram and such, where people are, you know, just kind of hard to concentrate, just want to cast on all the things. And I'm just, if I decide I want to cast something on, I'm letting myself do it right now. Whether or not the projects actually get finished, I don't know. In fact, I'm sure quite a few of them will get frogged, because I always, every so often, get a case of Start Eyes and I cast on stuff, and then I look at it later and I'm going like, what on earth was I thinking? I have no idea why I cast that on. So yeah, so I'm showing you stuff here that may or may not get finished, but it's socks. I have decided to cast on all the socks. And part of what I've been doing in my acquisitions is I have a lot of speckled and some tonal yarn from Indie Dyers in my stash, and I decided right now what was appealing to me was self-striping. And then some of my acquisitions, words, hard, are from some different dyers than I normally order from, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll be ordering from y'all for because I like your stuff. So the first one is actually one I had in my stash, that Mary of Cherry Pearls podcast, oh gosh, I am having trouble with words today, y'all. This is pitiful. She picked this up for me, I don't know, 3 years ago from the DFW Fiber Fest, and it's Mustache Yarns. Let me look right here. Nope, there it is. Sorry about that. Mustache Yarns, and it's Perfect Soft Sock Self-Striping Mustache Yarns, and this is the Kama Sutra 20 even stripes, so that's what it looks like there. There's the back. There, probably better. And this is where I am. Self-striping, I will do magic loop, and I will follow the instructions for the Knox socks, which is a free pattern from Knox Mountain Knit Co. And they've written it specially for self-striping socks. And their heel, I've done their heel on a couple, the heel that's in that pattern I've used on a couple of their test knits. So I'm comfortable with it, as comfortable as I can be doing heels on socks. But this is what I've got so far. And cuff down. And I'm actually impressed. I don't seem to have any ladders right now. I probably just jinxed myself. But here's what the cake looks like right now. I'm getting ready to get into these colors. And it comes, Mustache comes with the two separate 50 grams wound separately. So if you wanted to do 2 at a time or 2 concurrent, this is the other one. And I'll probably cast on, hopefully soon, this other one so I can do them somewhat concurrent. I just don't think 2 at a time on one needle is going to work for me. So, but that's this one that I just threw on the floor. Okay, that's going down here. And let me get a drink of water. When you by yourself, you talk all the time, you get dry mouth. Okay, let's see. These next 2 are from Night Owl Fibers. Let me see if I can find the tags for these. Yeah. This is Night Owl Fibers. This is Rachel. They both have her and her mom have a podcast. So if it's called Night Owl Fibers. Can you see that? There we go. They have a podcast, her and her mom, and it's a really fun podcast. You need to go check them out. And Rachel is a very talented dyer. I got to meet her at the Fiber Fun in the SIP last fall at Vicksburg. So I got to meet her and her mom. So I was like, hey, yeah, I know who these people are. But this is Where the Wild Things Are. This is one of her storybook colorways. Here it is all caked up. I got this in the mail just the other day. And let's see. This is what I got so far. I'm just past the cuff. Getting into the pretty blue, which I'm all about the blue. And here's the cake again. So I got that one cast on. Let's see if you can see it. Hopefully I'm getting close enough, and hopefully I'm speaking loud enough and slow enough, because sometimes I tend to talk fast and then it doesn't sound very intelligent, very legible. All right, the next one I have from them is from Rachel. Is this one's called Straw Flowers. Straw Flowers. And these are all in her Barn Owl sock colorways. 75 merino, 25 nylon. And here it is in the cake, Straw Flowers. I don't know, just the muted, I don't know, just almost autumn type colors, but it just really spoke to me, so I had to get that. So I've got that one cast on. A little bit further on that one. And I'm really pleased, no ladders so far. And the other thing I've got, it's not self-striping, I just cast this on, so there's really not a whole lot to show, but I have a lot of teeny button studio yarn because Robin's local to us, and she and her mom are in our knit group, which I am totally missing all the ladies from our knit group. I can't wait till we get back together. I miss y'all. But this is, do I have it in here? Yes, I do. This is, let me do it this way. Teeny Button Studio, because if anybody has watched any of our podcasts, y'all know I have a lot of teeny button yarn, which I love. This is her soft sock. Okay, let me see. And this is called Go Ride a Unicorn. And yesterday I was wanting something bright and cheerful. I mean, almost neon in your face bright. Oops, I'm dropping needles. So I cast this on. Look at that. Is that not so fun? That is such a fun colorway. And this is what I got so far, doing these on double points. I feel so fancy using double points, but this is what I have so far. It is knitting up really cute. Can't wait to watch it grow. This is going to be the Rose City Rollers, and with the ribbed cuff. I like that better. So that's pretty much all the whips that I've got, and pretty much all I'm going to show. I mean, I've got tons of whips, but that's all I'm going to show y'all. Y'all don't need to see everything. We'll be here forever because I cast on so much. But next thing that I want to show is our Amy and I's sister Jen. She's, I think we call her Little Mid Sis. I think that's what she came up with. She's younger than me and older than Amy, so she's in between us. She went on a trip to Europe and got back right before all this stuff, you know, the quarantining and all that happened, and she's home. She's fine. No ill effects, and she did not pick up anything. She's, you know, healthy and safe and fun. But she made a trip to La Bien-Aimée in Paris. And she does a lot of, she does weaving. If you look on Instagram and find Whimsy and Tweed Designs, she does all these beautiful tapestry weaving and the small weaving that you, you know, hang on the wall and stuff like that. And she uses a lot of fiber and yarn for that. And she has lots of beautiful designs, and she does commission work, and she does sell what she has. So if you're interested, go check out Whimsy and Tweed Designs on Instagram and go check out all her stuff. But she was so sweet, and she went to La Bien-Aimée and came back with a skein of yarn for each of us. That's the bag she got for each one of us. There's one bag, and there's the other bag. And then she also made a stop, I think when she was in London. Yeah, London Loops. Brought back this tote bag, and I'm totally claiming it, Amy. It's mine. Big sis privilege. So she brought back some yarn, and this is, if y'all hear any snoring, Andrew, the executive producer, is working so diligently. He's, you know, asleep and snoring over there. Merino DK from La Bien-Aimée. This color is Isle of Arran, A-R-R-A-N. and it is superwash 100%. And look at that. This is the first La Vie en Ame that we will be owning, either me or Amy. I've seen it. Robin and Teeny Button, she's gotten a few skeins here and there, and she, showed us the skeins, and they're just really, really beautiful. But this is Amy's. Amy got the DK. Let me see if I can get that closer. But I'm sure a lot of that's blowing out, but this is like a tealy color, so sorry, I'm just really enjoying that color, just kind of. But that's Amy's, and then she brought back a skein of sock yarn, fingering weight for me. This is Merino Super Sock, 75 merino, 25 nylon. This is Yellow Brick Road Graffiti. Oh my goodness, y'all, look at that. Look at that, that is mine. Do not know what this is going to become. I will have to think of it. It's going to be something special, because I've never owned any of the La Vie en Ame before. But that's what Jen brought back for us. And thank you very much, sister, for thinking of us and bringing that back. We were both very excited. I know Amy, she made it very clear on her video that I watched last night that she's saying yes, that I'm supposed to bring it to her, but we'll see. No, I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her. That would be mean to keep it. All right, that and let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to show a few more acquisitions. I was talking about Night Owl fibers with the socks that I cast on, and I have ordered quite a few skeins of hers. She's had a couple of updates, and she has like a monthly Harry Potter colorway, and let's see, I got a couple of those. This one is one I got from her previous. It was a Harry Potter colorway, and this one is called Luna. And I got that one caked up. I cast on, and then I decided to change it to a different. I was doing double points, and I didn't like how I was doing it, so that's going to get cast on with Magic Loop. But that's Luna, and then the most recent one that she released, Lupin and Tonks. Look at that one, y'all. Look at those colors. That is so rich and deep. That will get cast on probably this week. And I had to get the Luna because I'm Ravenclaw, and yeah, I'm just nerdy enough to know which house I'm in. Ravenclaw and Luna, I call her my spirit animal, so I like any colorway that has to do with Luna. In fact, I even got like Nomadic Yarns. This is her Luna. This is her interpretation of Luna, and I want to get that cast on eventually so that I have all the Luna socks going. And the other one from Night Owl Fibers that I got, this Spoonful of Sugar. This came over the weekend. Look at that, all those pretty teals. The teals and such are just all my colors. That's going to be gorgeous. And then this one is Mambo number 5. If you go look on their podcast and on her website, she knits these long tubes of all the different colorways. And I saw these all knit up, and I'm like, oh yeah, that totally sold it for me. So this is Mambo number 5. Those are all going to get cast on pretty soon. Then I also ordered some from Desert Vista Dye Works. Everybody knows who that is. That is, here's a tag, Desert Vista Dye Works. They're in Arizona, or she is. And this one is Somebody Throw Me Some Beads. I think this was even on sale, so I even actually caught it on sale. But it is her version of a Mardi Gras color. And okay, cast that on again. Cast that on soon. Over here. And then I also, oh yeah, here's another one. At the same time, I ordered Somebody Jumping in the Leaves. This has some autumn colors. And with her Somebody colorways, has that gray section with all the speckles, which I think is the zombie part of the colorways. But yeah, this one I just thought was really cute, so I ordered those two. And then within the last week or so, Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady, she released, within the last week or so, a new sock pattern. And it's called Rainbow Connection, I think it is. And it uses these Desert Vista, which I think is local to hers in her knit group as well. And so I don't remember the dyer's name. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But this is Winter Rainbow. She dyed up the 4 different seasons, these two skeins each to go for, you know, that are, she dyed special for that pattern, but you could use any different, you know, colorways, and Kay talks about that on her podcast and everything. And, but I ordered this one, which is the Winter Rainbow, because of the gray and all that. And before too long, I'm gonna try and cast that on, because I, of course, had to get the pattern because I just thought it was really cool. And trying to branch out and do different things in socks other than just vanilla. And so we shall see. I'm not always that successful. And then I also, on Mustache Yarn, she, in her latest update, which is probably part of what she was going to do at DFW, she had a colorway called the Doctor. This is the must match skein, so there's the 2 50-gram skeins. This is all 13 Doctors, so that's a 13 stripes. So there's a color for each Doctor from the first one to the 13th one, and I saw that and went, I had to have it. So that's going to get cast on before too long too, hopefully. And I think, oh, one other thing, I had been ordering. Maria Tuscan of Tuscan Knits recently had, in addition to her mini skein sets that she had, which I got one of and I showed recently, she had what's a yarn club, and she called it her Logical Fallacies Club. And it's 3 different months, and I've got all 3 months here. The first month was this one, No True Scotsman. And here's her tag. It's a beautiful tonal brown. The second month was Ad Hominem, and I got her fuzz base, which is 55 superwash merino, 20% kid mohair, 25% nylon. So this is Ad Hominem. Look at those colors. Look at the shading. The richness of Maria's yarns is just amazing. I just love what she does. And then I just got the third one, which is called Loaded Question, also in fuzz. But look at that, y'all. Oh my God. I don't know if it's showing up for y'all, but the way the colors, and I love how they all go together. I'll show you. But look at that. That is going to be some kind of, I don't know what it's going to be, a 3-color shawl. I don't know, cowl. I don't know what this is, but I am hoarding this right now because I just love her colors and how she knits up, how she dyes her yarn. But I had to share that too. That's a recent acquisition. And she just, over the weekend, Maria did, she opened up a new yarn club. I don't know how many spots are left, if any, called My Favorite Things. I think it's based on The Sound of Music. Well, I already ordered the first month because, hello, it's Maria's yarn. I'm going to get it regardless. And I think, looking at everything, I think that's it. Into 28 minutes. Holy moly, I talk a lot. But yeah, that's whips, finishes a couple acquisitions. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. We are all safe and healthy here. I'm just ready to go back to work, even though I would love to stay home because I'm, you know, really close to retirement. I think I've got like 1.5 years before I can officially retire, but I want to also be able to go, you know, do things while I'm off too. So even though I enjoy being at home, I don't want it to be like this way. So I'm ready to go back to work. Hopefully soon things will get back to somewhat normal, and Amy and I can get together and we'll record a podcast where the 2 of us are together again, and you won't have to sit through the awkwardness that is me by myself. And yeah, I'm rambling. I'm gonna end it here, y'all. I hope everyone stays safe. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I think I noticed we're up to 200 subscribers, which is really wild. I can't believe 200 people are interested in watching us ramble on, but thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will talk to you soon. Y'all stay safe. Bye.